Level 1, the candidate. You think you are ready. You already survived one of the toughest careers in the military. Maybe you came from the Rangers. Maybe from Special Forces. Maybe from another unit where people already called you elite. But Delta Force does not care about your reputation. Inside this place, everyone was the best somewhere else. Selection begins quietly. No speeches. No dramatic announcements. You receive a map, a compass, and a heavy pack. Then you walk miles through rough terrain. Mountains, forests, and long empty roads. Sometimes the weather is hot. Sometimes freezing. The terrain keeps changing. You are alone most of the time. No one walks beside you. No one motivates you. The instructors stay far away, watching silently. They are not measuring your strength. They are watching your decisions. Do you panic when you get lost? Do you rush when you are tired? Do you give up when the distance feels impossible? These small moments tell them everything. The first few days break many candidates. Strong soldiers suddenly disappear. Some quit quietly. Others push themselves until their bodies simply stop working. But the real challenge is not physical pain. It is mental exhaustion. Hours of walking in silence. Hours with nothing but your thoughts. At some point the question appears in your mind. Why are you here? The answer matters more than you realize. Because Delta Force is not searching for aggressive soldiers. It is searching for controlled ones. People who stay calm when things fall apart. People who keep moving when the mission becomes confusing. If you survive selection, there is no celebration. No applause. You simply move forward into training. And that is when you realize something important. Selection was not the hardest part. It was only the filter. The real transformation starts now. Level 2, the operator. Training inside Delta Force feels different from anything you experienced before. Everything becomes precise. Shooting drills are no longer about hitting targets. They are about hitting the exact same point on the target every time. Your instructors watch every movement. Your breathing. Your trigger control. Your body position. Small mistakes are corrected immediately. Room clearing becomes almost mathematical. You study angles, doorways, hallways, corners. Every building becomes a puzzle waiting to be solved. You move with your team through training facilities designed to look like real buildings. Apartments, offices, warehouses. The drills repeat constantly. Again and again. Hundreds of times. Eventually your movements become automatic. Your body reacts before your mind even finishes thinking. And slowly the team begins to trust you. Trust is everything here. Because during a real operation, the person behind you depends on every decision you make. Your first missions are not dramatic. Most of the time you are observing. Watching targets from a distance. Tracking routines. When someone leaves a building. When they come back. Who visits them. Which vehicles appear regularly. These patterns seem small at first. But inside special operations, patterns are everything. A single detail can decide when a mission happens. Weeks might pass like this. Waiting. Studying. Preparing. Then suddenly the moment arrives. The helicopters appear late at night. Engines low. Lights off. The team moves quickly. Everyone already knows their role. The target building stands quietly in front of you. A door. A signal. Then everything happens in seconds. The breach. The movement. Short commands whispered through radios. Rooms cleared one by one. And just like that, it is over. The target is secured. The team disappears back into the darkness. Later, when you sit quietly after the mission, something becomes clear. The operation itself lasted only minutes. But the preparation took weeks. That is the real nature of elite units. Long patience. Short action. And constant improvement after every mission. Level 3, the specialist. After a few years inside the unit, something changes. You stop being just another operator. You become a specialist. Every Delta Force team depends on experts. Some operators become snipers. Others become breachers. Some focus on intelligence or surveillance. Some become communication specialists responsible for secure signals. Each role requires deep knowledge. If you choose the sniper path, patience becomes your entire world. You train your mind to stay calm for hours. Watching through a scope. Waiting for the right moment. A sniper's job is not about excitement. It is about discipline. One shot. One decision. Perfect timing. If you choose breaching, you study explosives and pressure. Doors are not just doors anymore. They become mechanical problems. You learn exactly how much force is needed to open them without harming the team behind you. If you move into communications, your battlefield becomes invisible. Encrypted radios. Secure networks. Signals traveling across dangerous environments. Your systems must work perfectly every time. Because if communication fails during a mission, everything can collapse. Specialization creates obsession. You study equipment constantly. You practice skills repeatedly. Because enemies evolve. Technology improves. And Delta Force must always stay ahead. But specialization also brings responsibility. During critical moments, everyone looks toward the specialist. If you are the sniper, the shot must succeed. If you are the breacher, the entry must be clean. If you are the communications expert, the network must stay alive. There is no second chance. Only execution. And that pressure slowly becomes part of who you are. Level 4, the system. After years of operations, you begin to notice something larger. Delta Force is not just a team. It is part of a massive system. Intelligence agencies gather information long before you arrive. Analysts study threats and identify targets. Military leaders design operations. Political leaders approve them. By the time the mission reaches your team, the larger decisions have already been made. Your responsibility is simple. Execute. But over time you begin to recognize patterns. Some missions have enormous consequences. Removing a dangerous leader. Rescuing hostages. Disrupting major threats. Other missions feel quieter. More complicated. Sometimes you never learn the full story behind them. At first you do not question it. That is the nature of special operations. But the longer you stay in the system, the more you understand its scale. Delta Force operators are not the people controlling the machine. They are the most precise tools inside it. Highly trained. Highly trusted. But still tools. The system continues moving no matter what. New threats appear. New regions become unstable. New targets emerge. Your team prepares again. Another mission. Another plan. Another night operation. Years pass quickly in this rhythm. Mission after mission. Operation after operation. Until one day you realize something strange. You have spent years operating in the shadows of global events. And most people will never know it happened. Level 5, the ghost. Eventually every operator faces the same decision. Stay inside the unit. Or leave. Some remain for as long as their bodies allow. Others step away earlier. But leaving Delta Force does not mean leaving the mindset behind. Certain habits never disappear. You still scan rooms when you enter them. You still notice exits automatically. Crowded places make you alert. Quiet environments feel comfortable. Normal life moves slower than the world you once lived in. People talk about everyday problems. Traffic. Office stress. Deadlines. You listen politely. But part of your mind remembers something very different. A world built on silence. A world where trust between teammates meant survival. A world where missions happened at night and disappeared before sunrise. You rarely tell stories about those years. Not because they are secret, but because they are difficult to explain. How do you describe a life that most people never see? How do you explain years spent preparing for moments that lasted only seconds? So you move forward. Quieter than before. More observant than most people around you. Like many operators before you, you carry those experiences silently. You become something unique. Not just a soldier. Not just a veteran. But someone who once lived inside one of the most secretive units on Earth. A person who operated where very few people ever go. And when it is all finished, the missions fade. The locations blur together. But the mindset remains. Because once you have lived inside Delta Force, a part of you always stays there. Invisible. Watching. Like a ghost from a life that most people will never understand.